talking about principles of breakthrough. I'm so passionate about this. Yes. I command my subconscious mind to direct the power within me to give me the strength, the grace, the humor, the anointing that I need for me to show up fully to help these people change their lives now. 20 seconds. I'm ready. Okay, great. And so we are going live in a few. I've not done this before. So I'm just wait for it to go live. Okay. Just a moment. Just a moment. We are okay. Okay. Save. Going live in a moment. Let me see. Breakthrough principle 1. All right, not done this before, and so we are learning these things. You know, this is the power of being in this season. We've been forced in a way to learn so much, and so today, as we're getting ready, I'm sure some of my friends are joining us. I see you, Boniface Nyoike. I see you, my friend. I see you, Karibu Sana. There are coaches who are joining me. later in this broadcast today. We are talking about a very interesting topic at this time. You see, my coaching is about breakthrough. It's about breaking through to your destiny. And breakthrough is not a miracle, it's not something that happens by chance. It's actually something that takes principles. And breakthrough to your destiny is not seasonal. It doesn't depend on seasons. There are not seasons where you cannot access your brightest, most empowered self at any moment. And so we'll be looking at one of the key breakthrough principles that you can apply in your life, because it's principles that we need, especially time like this. We need those principles so our lives can continue and we don't turn into someone that we are not. Because at times like this, people change their identities, people hide into caves. I'll be talking about a very interesting story that really got me thinking. Are there times you can reach so low that it's impossible for you to rise? Is it possible to get to that place where you cannot rise up? Maybe after this season, what are your thoughts? Where are your thoughts taking you? Is it possible to get to a place where it's impossible for you to rise up again to where you are in Jan 2020? Some of us are apologizing to 2019. You're saying, "Oh, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry for the things that I said. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me." Because you never knew in your lifetime you will go through what we are going through right now. But today I'd like to share with you a principle, because this is not the worst that you're going to experience in your lifetime. I don't think so. Life has got so many surprises. We don't know what is on the way. We don't know what's coming. The prayer you make is not, "God, please hide me from all storms." But the prayer you want to make is, "Make me strong. Equip me in a way that I can have the principles required for me to live my life to the fullest. No matter what I go through, no matter what I experience, please equip me, empower me so I'm able to live my life to my fullest." And so the number one principle of breakthrough, because if you search my name, I've been talking about breakthrough in almost everywhere I go, because I believe human beings have all that it takes, and all that is required is just a little coaching, and we can break through to our destiny. You have what it takes. The answers are within you. You are the cause, the impact, you are the effect of your life. You are the creator of your destiny. Everything is within you. The wealth of your destiny is stored within you. And so people ask me, okay, so what is the linchpin to really get into that place of becoming unstoppable no matter what? How can I go through seasons like we are going through right now and still have my values, still be, maintain my identity of who I am, and still keep my dreams, and still keep on going, maintain my passion, play my role as a father, as a friend. There are people right now that are leaving people that don't want to answer calls just because of what you're going through. It doesn't have to be that way. You can get to a place where you are strong enough to go through anything. And that's how human beings are created. But then you have to reach to a place of decision. Someone said, in times of crisis, some people develop wings and they fly, while others look for crutches to buy. Let me repeat that. In times of crisis, some people develop wings and fly, while others look for crutches to buy. Now, there are those two people in every season of difficulties, in all generations of time and space. There are always people that are looking for crutches. What crutch will get me out of this? And most of that gets you into an energy of frustration, the vibration of frustration. You're looking for a crutch. And some of us, it's a career crutch that you're looking for. That is not the real thing. The real message of times like this, depressing times, of times of depression, as they call it, financial depression, where everything just gets a slide. The real challenge and the real invitation is for you to go within and find an identity and find a lesson that will not just take you through this, but that will change the entire setup of who you are. See, so if you're looking for a crutch, maybe a relationship crutch, financial crutch, career crutch, crutch for your identity, for who you are, you're missing the point. The point is for you to redefine yourself. The point is for you to redesign yourself. To find yourself. This is a gift in some way. And I'll show you, I'll take you through a process where you can find your gift in this moment. Don't lose this moment. Do you know the last time the world went through a time like this, you were not even born. I doubt your grandfather was born even. In 1914, 15, 16, 18, were you there? This is an opportunity. How? Stay tuned to know why and how. I would like to begin with principle number 1. The first principle for breakthrough is that you must take 100% responsibility for your life. This is a life principle. This is a coaching principle. It's a personal development principle. Because what we do as human beings is we delegate the results of our life to someone else. The natural design for every human being is to look for someone to blame for what you're going through, for your situation. So we blame our bosses, we blame the economy, we blame the president, It's easy to find someone to blame. That's the easiest thing to do. Find someone to blame. Your mind, because of insecurity and uncertainty, we look for someone to lay blame on why our life is not where it's supposed to be. And so your brain is conditioned that way, to find someone to blame. Now that puts you in a position we call victim position. And when you're a victim, you're helpless. When you're a victim, you cannot even think of ideas that you can help yourself. You cannot. When people talk about this is a positive situation, you're like, really? How is that positive? I don't have food. How is that positive? Maybe going on 1 meal a day. How is that positive? Someone has died in my family. How is that positive? This is happening. The statistics are showing that there's so much violence at home because maybe some of us have not been staying home, with family. We are not even used to staying with our family. And so there's so much going on. And you can focus your mind on that and forget the real deal. The real deal is you transforming and becoming that person that is unstoppable. And it's a rebirth. We are going through a rebirth. This is it's like you're hearing the groaning of someone giving birth to something new. And that person is you. And so we are getting into this space where you reclaim your life And the only way to do that is to take 100% responsibility for your life. Now, people ask me, does it mean I'm responsible for what I go through? Does it mean I caused this corona thing? Does it mean I caused my poverty situation? Does it mean that, I caused this marriage that I'm married into that is full of that is full of pain? Does it mean I caused this? Now, hold that thought because I'm coming to that. But the general answer I will give is yes. You're actually in control of your destiny. You're the captain of your and the moment you discover that will be like the best day of your life. There are 2 days that are very important. The day you're born, the day you discover why was I born? There's a reason you were born. There's a purpose. There's a divine purpose for why you were born. And nothing is a mistake. Nothing is a mistake. It's not a mistake you have those people around you. It's not a mistake. Now listen to this. It's not a mistake you made the mistakes in your life. It's not. Now, before I confuse you some more, let me bring some clarity here. The moment you have 2 choices when you go through challenges like the one you're going through. You can be a victim or you can develop wings and fly to your destiny. Majority of the population, majority of people in the world are victims. So they will find something to blame. You find something to blame. Your spouse, yourself. Even blaming yourself does not help. Now, blame does not give you any benefit. When you blame someone, it doesn't bring you any benefit. It does not benefit you to blame even yourself. Think about it. What benefit does it have really to blame someone? What benefit does it have to blame the government? The next option that you have is the principle of breakthrough. Take 100% responsibility for your life. Believe that you're responsible for where you are today. Believe that you've taken yourself to where you are. And I'm talking about how you're feeling. I'm talking about the relationships around you. I'm talking about your financial situation. I'm talking about, because there are actually people making it right now. Do you know that in the last few weeks, there are people who've made over 20% increment in their investments, especially if you invested in offshore investments, especially maybe in the US market. It went in a time like this, people I know, they made at least 18% of their investment at this moment as we are talking about. And so it's not circumstantial. It's not circumstantial. It's not, don't say everyone is going through this. Please don't get into that conversation. That is a story. Don't go through something and say everyone is going through this. Please, you're just building a story to make yourself comfortable. And we do this. You're human. I'm not blaming you. I do that. We build a story. It's because we have a need. It's a human need. We call it certainty. We have a need to be sure. And so for me to be sure of myself, I build a story. No, this is bad. It's bad. Everyone is experiencing it. Not everyone, baby. Not everyone. Don't go through hell and high water and think you're with everyone. But then even when you go through hell and high water, I want you to know it's okay to go through challenging times. I began by this quote of this guy who said, in times of crisis, people either grow wings or they buy crutches. Developing a story that everyone is suffering right now, it's a crutch. And that's, it's painful even to say that. Because people are going through a lot. People are losing people. People are losing relatives. But let me tell you, no matter what you go through, no matter what you ever go through, never buy the idea that there is no option better than this. Never buy the idea that this is the last final option. There's always an option. There's always a better option. But our conditioning, our upbringing conditions our mind to limitation, to limit options, and to believe that this is 1, 2, 3 options. Let me tell you, there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 15, 16, 96 options. But then the conditioning of your mind brings you to 1, 2, 3 options. There are so many options. Do you know why I buy, look at my bookshelf. Most of this are actually my notebooks. I buy these books that have nothing on it because I believe that what is the majority of what will help me is actually within me. It's not outside of me. It's within me. And that's why I encourage my clients to take time, reflect. Your deliverer is within you. Your salvation is within you. Your savior is within you. It's not outside you. The moment you begin to look outside of yourself, you weaken yourself. And it's easy for you to do that, to look for stories. Now, listen to me. There's a story. This is a true story. This happened 2003. There's a young man by the name Aaron Ruston. Maybe some of you know him and have heard about him. Aaron Ruston, just drove to a place is like our places where we drive in the park. And in this place there are rocks, and where you go, you tie a rope somewhere and you go down, it's adventure. This guy is adventurous, and life is full of adventure, by the way. And Aaron, when he's going down the rocks, he got his hand stuck between two rocks. And he tried to pull it down as he's going down the rock, the slide. He tried to pull it down, and the hand refused. Shock on him. The guy was stuck there for 6 days. Can you imagine, for 6 days you are hanging in between a rock and a hard place? 6 days. I know some of us, we've been on this quarantine thing since March 18th. We've been in-house. Can you imagine being hanging in between a rock? Your hand is hanging in between two rocks and they can't let go. It's like they grabbed this guy. Now, that is a moment for you to either turn into a victim or to ask for an option. To think about, what is the option here? One day and night, and he's moving, and the hand is beginning to rot at the point where it's held by these rocks. And he began to feel the smell, the stench of his own body, and you can do nothing. You're hanging there. What a powerless situation. And he thought, what can I do? He's hanging there with his bags, on his back, and there are tools there. And Aaron, on the 6th day, he thought, if I stay here hanging on between these rocks, I'm going to die and I'm going to lose my arm. If I cut my hand, if my hand breaks, I'll lose my hand. Those are options. And so he made a decision. he made a decision. He reached out for his knife and began to cut his hand. He cut his hand and finally fell down, and he was so relieved that he was free. Can you imagine? He was relieved that he's free, and now he's bleeding. And because it's a place where you drive to get adventure, no one is coming, 6 days. And Aaron walked for miles to his car where he had parked his car. And for 7 miles he walked, and by divine order, by God's own intervention, there was a family again going for adventure, and they spotted this guy, ordered for a chopper, and he was lifted to a hospital. Today, if you search his name, Aaron Ruston, he has actually, he was part of a movie out of his story. There was a movie created out of his story. He wrote a best-selling book. In fact, the title is Between a Rock and a Hard Place. Can you imagine that? Your challenges can be a gift. Whatever you're going through can be a gift to you. He wrote a best-selling book. In fact, with the movie alone, he made, I wrote it down, $125,000 US. Today is one of the most requested motivational speakers. Hey, listen to that. Your challenges could be an invitation by God for you to reach into a place you will never be. Is it better for you to die with an impact and make a name like Aaron, or to die with no one ever knowing you with your 2 hands? You're buried with both hands, but this guy will be buried without his arm, but he'll be buried with greatness. Oh, I feel like speaking to somebody right now. Oh my God. But when you're going through whatever you're going through, let me tell you, it's not sweet. It's not. You didn't say praise the Lord at that point. When you're going through the challenges, when you're thinking about cutting your own hand, at that point, when you're thinking, when you're feeling like there's no hope, like, things are so challenging for you. I can see a black screen. I don't know what has just happened. Am I in between the rock and the hard place? No, let me stay tuned. Let me get back. I'm not sure what is happening here. Okay, great. I'm also learning this, so allow me to get back on my video. Please don't leave. This is so key. Don't leave. So let me get back a minute. Let me pause there.